have a psychic story that I wanted to share with you. I was talking to a client this morning, and every time I have client sessions, I do pre-channeling beforehand where I talk to their inner children, higher self, different incarnations to kind of get an overview of what we're going to be discussing with one another, especially if the client is saying, let's just leave it open and see what comes through, so I have more direction. If you're a practitioner, I recommend this for you too. It makes your session so much easier. You have like a key highlights that you're working through with them. So what I saw in her field was a waffle, and that sound bite, I want waffle fries. And I was looking at it energetically. I said, what does this represent? She was seeing her Akashic records as the waffle, which is hilarious. And each one of the squares inside of it was a different timeline potentiality. And we actually traveled into the waffle to look at a very hyper-specific timeline that she had coming her way. And when I mentioned this to her, she said, oh my God, this morning, me and the kids don't usually eat waffles, but my mom bought them for them, and we heated them up in the toaster oven, and the setting was too high, and they ended up getting burnt. But I told the kids it's not a big deal. We have an overflow and abundance. There's more waffles available to us. So it turned out to be a life lesson, a growth moment for everyone involved. I said, oh yeah, that was me pulling it from your consciousness, that had happened this morning, and then you seeing it as timeline potentialities and new perspective shifts. And then as we got into a different part of her reading, her and I were sitting at a poker table with one another in the astral fields, and I was talking about how she had a Joker card in her hand, and obviously you can't play the Joker because it's not one of the cards that you use. And we talked about her spiritual gift of shifting perspectives and turning the Joker into a wild card, basically the circumstances that you have grown up with or trauma you've experienced, and being able to now use the Joker card as you're benefiting you in life. And bringing in manifestations, the fuel for your manifestations, your circumstances, and your trauma. I said, you get to make the rules of the game. You are playing the game. You created the table. The cards are you. The teller who is giving out the cards is you. It's all you as source and different perspectives of self. And she said, I cannot believe you said that. Me and the kids have started playing board games with one another and reading the rules. And I said, yes, again, it's pulling from your consciousness, all of the psychic information that's coming through. I'm supporting you in deciphering and interpreting it, but that is your higher self speaking to you in your 3D day to day. And then it's reverberated back to you through the session that we're having with one another right now. And so I just thought it was so funny, those aha moments that come through. And this isn't a testament as well of sometimes you'll get things that come through as a channeler, the energy healer, the practitioner, and you're like, well, this doesn't really make sense. That's not for you to determine. I could have said, oh, that's silly, her Akashic records being represented by a waffle, or us sitting and playing poker together and figuring out what the Joker means. That's not for me, that's for her. And so I just transcribe everything and then give her the narrative and the story that's coming from her consciousness, because it's going to make sense to her. So this is why I always say the thing, say whatever comes through, because it's going to be in resonance with them. I would love to hear in the comments if this shifted your perspectives. I love you so much, and I'm wishing you the absolutely most magical day.